Welcome back. We are going to get started now with the next bit of our programming. We have the FARMERSIM guy with me. Everybody give him a round of applause. So FARMERSIM guy, one of our gold partners, and you're going to be representing the UK here. We're in the UK today.
I am indeed. I don't know how we were at a UK event and we've got an American and then two more Americans coming up later on. I don't know how that happened, but there we are.
Yeah, so you're living in Scotland now, right?
I am
so
indeed, yeah.
Made the trip down for LAMMA again this year?
Yeah, my claim to fame is I'm the only one of the three of us going up on stage today that actually has got a farming background. I think the other guys have learned everything they know through FARMERSIM. But I grew up on a farm in Cheshire, second biggest farm in Cheshire, 1,100 acres of arable, 300 dairy cows. So I kind of cut my teeth as a 16-year-old milking cows at 5 a.m. on a Saturday and a Sunday morning. So that's why I love the game, because it kind of reminds me so much of growing up on a farm and how much I love farming and kind of just the whole rural, side of the country. So yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm not going to take up your time anymore. I know it's precious. You're going to show people how to get started. So let's get started.
There's a lot of people down here who would like to know how to get started, especially VF maybe.
All right. Enjoy.
Thanks. Right, good morning. Hello everyone. Hope you're all well and hope you had decent trips down. We're just going to jump into a little bit of an initial how do you get started with the game. If you've never played before, I know there's a few people here who have played and then a few people who played a lot. But if you've never played before, there's a few options to help you get started. You can obviously start a career, which will give you the opportunity to load in a save game there, or you can create a new game. So let's just create a new game here so you know what you've got in terms of options. But when you start the game, you've got your choice of maps at the top, and obviously you can add more maps in over time. These are the 3 base game maps we've got at the moment. And underneath that as well, you've got things like new farmer mode, which is in essence, makes everything a little bit easier for you. You can sell things at a higher price and things like that. You can choose the amount of money you start with as well, going right the way up to €1 million, pounds or dollars, depending on what currency you're in. You can also give yourself a loan if you're feeling brave as well. And again, you can choose your economic difficulty. So easy obviously gives you higher prices when you sell things. Normal adjusts things a little bit more, and then hard mode gives you lower sell prices. So you have to do a little bit more to bump your money up. I always like to play in hard mode just for the challenge. You can start a game with a farm already and some equipment on it, and you can also get an intro tour as well. I'm going to say no to the intro tour there, and then when you're done, you can jump in. In fact, let's go to Zelonka, because we've already seen Riverbend Springs. And then once you join into the game, there you go. You can choose mods. I'm not going to dwell on this because DJ Hope Goham's going to do a big session on mods and how they enhance the game later on. But you can choose which mods you want to include, and then hit the start button. We'll wait for this to load in. I'm not going to stay on this map actually, because I've got a game save with a few things set up which we'll go through later on as well. But for now, I just thought I'd show you those basics, and then we'll go through a few of the menus as well, so you understand. Because it can be quite daunting, I think, when you see a sim game. You can change your name here as well. You can pick your look. So you can choose your clothing. You've got branded clothing as well, so you've got all the caps of your favourite brands there if you want to use those. But this is, in essence, your farm when you start. So this is in new farmer mode, so it gives you some machinery as well. So if I hit the escape button now, this will bring up all your different menus. You've got your map here, and you can zoom in and out of that. You can see the fields that you own are highlighted in green here. But you can click on other fields and you can visit those as well. You can purchase those depending on how much money you've got available. You can see all your sell points, you can see your fuel points. There we go, biomass heating plant there, dairy and so on and so forth. So it gives you an idea for what's happening all around the map. You've also got your crop calendar, so this shows you when you can plant crops, when you can harvest your crops, so you can't do everything throughout the year. If you've got seasonal cycles on, you can turn this off in the settings as well, which gives you the flexibility to harvest and plant at any time of the year, which is always nice. Animals, we don't have any animals or any farm on our farm at the moment. If you've got those there, I think you just saw that with Kermit and Benny, that you can see the status of your animals, and we'll have a look at that in the next game we're going to load up as well. You also have contracts. So again, you can play as a contractor if you want to do it that way, so you don't have to own any land, and you can just work through contracts throughout the year as and when they crop up and make money from those. So that's a nice way of playing as well, an alternative way of playing compared to owning your own farm. Productions as well, again, Kermit and Benny touched on these, but there are a huge range of productions across the game, and you can not only harvest crops but then put them into different productions and produce different things out of them. So we saw them doing potatoes, but you've got even, extreme things like making pianos, but it obviously requires wood, so there's a whole forestry element to the game as well, which is really good for an alternative way to play than just arable farming or looking after animals. And then obviously we've got a lot of root crops in the game now as well, so you can use these root crops to create different outputs. And obviously the more stuff you produce, the more it allows you to make money on them. So obviously the price of selling pre-made soup is obviously a lot higher than if you sold carrots direct. So it's another alternative way of making money quicker. You've also got your kind of finance screen here, which shows you, we don't have anything on this map at the moment. Again, when we jump in and start playing, you'll be able to see the number of litres that you own within these crops, and it shows you the trending price throughout the year, and also the areas on the map where you can sell and the actual price that they sell for as well. So you can make sure you select the sell point that will give you the highest return on your income. All the vehicles you own are here as well, so there's all the vehicles that we own on this farm. And again, your finances, so when you buy vehicles, sell vehicles, when you buy land, any of the products that you sell as well, wages as well, so if you use hired helpers, and we'll look at those in a moment as well, you can see how much you're paying them, if you're overpaying them or not. And then at the end here you've got a nice little bit of statistics which tell you how long you've been playing on this save. So that's a little bit of an overview of the menu structure. It looks a little bit daunting when you first arrive, but actually there's quite a lot of logic to it as you go through it. Again, with your farmlands here as well, you can see different things as well. So again, we've got hired helpers on there. There's soil composition here, so it'll show you when your crops need weeding, so you can switch these on and off as well. Because it also tells you which fields need fertilising or lime or rolling, so there's lots of different elements to this as you go through it. But like I said, we'll jump into a game now, we'll start playing a little bit, and it'll give you an idea for how we get stuff done. So I'm going to just jump out of here again. I'm not going to save that game. And we'll go back to the home screen here. I will touch actually as well on, there's a fantastic multiplayer option with Farming Simulator as well, where you can play with up to 16 different people. You can have a dedicated server, or you can play peer-to-peer, so if you want to play with your friends, as long as you're both running the game, you should be able to join each other's games and play. And they have a nice multiplayer interface here, where you can see different servers and join them. So very, very good multiplayer, and we see a lot of our community actually spending the majority of their time on multiplayer rather than single player. And it, FarmSim has got a really strong multiplayer community out there. Like I said, mods here, Benny touched on it before, and I'm not going to go into massive detail on it, and DJ will do that, but you can add to the game as well. There's a multitude of different mods. We get a raft of different mods almost on a daily basis, which keeps the game fresh. We get maps, we get tractors, vehicles, new implements, the whole thing. So it's great from that perspective. It really keeps the game fresh and keeps us all playing. So I have got a game save up here. I thought we'd do a little things today to do some traditional, maybe more British style farming. We're going to do some combining of some wheat, and we're going to do some mowing, some grass work, make some silage bales, make some hay bales, and just show you some of the elements of the game as we play through it. So let's jump into the game here. We'll load it in with a few of those selected mods, including time-saving stock check, the 23rd best mod in the game. Right, here we go. So I've decided to go onto Zalonka. We've done a few elements here, and I'll show you how you can build your own farm as well and add elements to the map. It isn't just what you see on the map and the buildings that are sitting in front of you. You can obviously adapt and develop this more if you want to. We've got a nice little ripe field of wheat here sitting in front of us, so we're going to jump into a combine over here. A class combine, of course. I'll run, get there a bit quicker. And again, you can see the detail that goes into these models. There's some fantastic work done by the team of Giants and the modders as well, who create elements for the game. It isn't not a small task to build these mods for the game, and they really are authentic the way they work. And you've actually got real working elements within the vehicles as well as you fire them up. So we'll have a look at that as we jump in. But some really great detail on them. We'll also have a look at ground deformation as well, which is something new in FS25, which adds another layer of realism that we've not had before in the game as well. And you'll see the whole time you've got this menu, which is your F1 menu, up in the top corner there, which gives you handy hints and the buttons that you need to use. I'm using a keyboard and mouse today, but you can equally use a console controller, or you can see, as you see at the back there, from various different manufacturers, steering wheels, joysticks, pedals, and things like that, which really add to the enhance the game. So we're going to unfold our combine here, which is using the X button on the keyboard. You can then spin it up and lower down the header, all done independently, which is great. So you've got real control over what you do with the combine. And we'll pull in here. You can see we're spreading the chaff at the moment at the back, but what we'll do is you can again switch that to having a swath coming out from behind the combine. I'll kick in a minute. So there we go. And as you can see, even that animation detail and the dust makes it really, really authentic. We're driving this by hand at the moment, but you do have the option as well to use automated workers or GPS. We've got a relatively small field here, but even with a small field, you can switch on the GPS so you don't miss any of the crops. So pressing down the H button brings up, you've got AI workers, which is your automated workers, so in essence hiring a farm worker to do the job for you, or steering assist, which is your GPS here. We'll probably run with one headland here because we've got space around the field to be able to turn around, but if you've got trees and things lining the field, sometimes better to add another headland in there, and you just do that by moving the slider along there. But we'll okay that, and this will bring up these lines on the field here, and then you just need to activate them. You can see the line in the middle there is orange, and then we just press the H button on the keyboard here. You can see that goes to green. You can lower the header down again, and we can move forward. You also have, as well as the external view here, really nice cab view, so you can see what's going on. You can see your screens there, you can see all the electrics and the buttons and things like that. Like I said, really detailed models, really makes you feel like you're sitting in the real thing sometimes. As Kermit said, we did have the privilege just before the new game launched in November last year to head over to Wisconsin in the US and spend some time with Case, driving some of their equipment. We got to drive combines and the 715 quad track, which was a proper experience as well. So there we go, line up and head off back down here again. There's our grass field, which we're going to jump into next. We're going to do some mowing in there. We're also going to feed some carers at the end of the day as well, make sure they're well fed. But there we go, you can again see the animations that loads into the hopper at the top of the combine there. So we'll keep going, we'll do a little bit more of this. We'll maybe bale some of the straw as well in a little while. But there's our farm over there as well. You can see the silo where we're going to unload once the combine is full. You can see the percentage of wheat in the combine there, 34% at the moment. We're running at 10 kilometers an hour. It's getting late in the day as well, 5:38 in the evening, so we might see the sun go down in a little bit and see some of the great new lighting effects that have come with FS25, which really kind of lifts the atmospheric quality of the game, which is fantastic. So again, lift our header at the end there, rotate round. It automatically switches off the GPS there, allows you to reposition yourself, and once you're in a good position, you can switch it back on, lower the header down. and off you go again. Again, we talked about ground deformation. There you can just start to see some of that. You can see the dips in the ground where the tyre tracks have been, and as we run over the swath.
Not bad, mate, not bad, yeah.
See how it's
here, right?
Really nice new feature in FS25 as well.
There we are.
Well, we'll run around this headland and then we'll get onto the up and down rows. I need to keep tabs on my time as well. I've got a few things that I want to make sure I cover. There we go. Reminds me of the Class Dominator 108 that we had on the farm when we used Harvest. It's slightly bigger than that now, the Lexion. The Class Combine is very popular in the UK. So we'll just finish this headland here, and then we can start on the up and down rows. Because it's such a small field, I've not gone exotic with my route setting. I think what we might do is hire a worker once we get to the end here, and then they can get started going up and down, and we'll go and grab a tractor and bring a trailer over ready to unload the combine.
Is it coming
So,
today?
there we go. Headland done.
Nice.
Let's lift the header now
Yeah.
and run to the end of the row. And to hire a worker very easy as well. So let's spin the combine now, get it into an appropriate position. Like so, we're going to press and hold the H button here. We're going to switch to AI worker here, and we'll start with the up and downs because we've done the headlands. Now I should just be able to send that on its way. Let's see where it goes. No, he's decided he doesn't want to do that, but he's going to go.
Yeah, of course, goodness me. Yeah, we had a long chat with him before, Mr. P's here, Mr.
So while he's doing that, we'll just pretend that that's doing what it's supposed to, and we'll go with someone else.
Virtual Farmers here with
He's just dropped the header down. He's going to leave a little row of shame there at the end that we'll come and get later on. But in the shed here, we should have a few tractors.
There you go.
Again, the choice of equipment you have available, over 400 brands and various different tractors from all the different manufacturers. We've got a John Deere 7R there, got a Fendt 728.
I mean, that's one of the great things about this, isn't
well.
it? So,
anybody got a preference for what I should get in?
that's Red Dog Shed, and there's Red Dog there at the end. Give us a wave, mate.
Okay,
there we are. Mods and modders alike.
The Fendt now again. You can see even the dash showing the revs and the speed that you're moving at. Great sound as well. They've really improved the sound in the game. In FS25 there's a lot more ambient noise, and you'll hear it actually maybe when we hook up this trailer. It's a Red Rock trailer, so it's an example of one of the really great mods that the community made, as well as the mods that Giants release. This is done by a community member. They create and release these for free. So all the content you see for Farming Simulator that's added to the game comes free. They don't have any pay policy, which makes it really, really brilliant as an entry level for anybody without having to kind of pay extra money for it. Obviously you get DLCs for certain content from Giants, but all the community-made mods are available.
Not quite now, I'm going to go in for a bit of a mission shortly with the camera.
You can see there we can attach the trailer here. You can hook up all the hydraulic hoses and so on and so forth as well, which is great. And you can see and hear that while this trailer is empty, you can hear the rattle of the metal on metal and the suspension and stuff as it rolls over the field. Really nice kind of ambient noises as well, which help. Oh, he's tidied up that little bit already, isn't that nice? So we're just going to kind of trail this guy. We've got a cover on the trailer, which we'll just uncover there. Can't be far off being full actually. He's got his hazards on, which tells us that he's probably over 75% full. So we'll just wait for him to get full, and he'll probably do it in the middle of a row and have to drive through the crops to pick it up. You have options with crop destruction and things like that as well. I think it's turned off at the moment, but if you want to, you can have it to destroy a crop if you drive through the field. If you want to play really authentically, you can have it set to do that. I've got it switched off at the moment. And that's one of the beauties of Farm Sim. It's a real sandbox game. You get the option to play it the way you want to. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Obviously, there are some purists out there or real farmers that will do it a certain way, but as you'll see later on, some of the guys who don't have a farming background are happy to just play in their own way, in their own style, and as long as you're enjoying yourself and having fun, what else do you want? So it looks like he's going to get to the end of the row, which is good. I did the cardinal sin of not putting it on land, so our auger pipe will always be on the outside of the cut crop, but it looks like we've got away with it this time, so I'm going to run alongside him as he goes back down the field here and hopefully unload as he's getting organised now. We've got a little stream here next to the field, so he's going to have to navigate through the crop here. The way the workers are designed is that they won't go off the field. One of the challenges with having AI workers is that you can't always cover for every eventuality, so they can see he's putting the auger pipe out there because the sense the tractor is near. But try kind of get myself lined up now and alongside him. He should be able to run. Oh, he's actually full. Perfect timing. So let's let him unload here. He'll carry on his merry way once we've unloaded. Although this trailer isn't full, by the time we unload it, we'll go and drop this into the silo as well, and then we'll move on and we'll have a look at maybe mowing and baling. It's amazing how quickly the time goes with this game as well. You can lose hours very, very quickly. So we'll leave the combine running on the field. We'll come back and get the rest of it later. We'll pull out here and we'll go. You can run alongside him, obviously, as you saw there. You can unload on the fly as well. And that's one of the things with this game, just the choice, the options you've got available to you are huge. So much flexibility in the game to play the way you want. So we'll just roll around, just jump onto the road here and go around the other way. We're going to visit this cow shed in a little while as well. We're going to feed these cows if we've got time. I've got some bales so we can make up some TMR in an animal mixer and feed the cows. But we'll roll over at this point and you can see you get your trigger point at the bottom here, which allows you to unload your trailer. That'll go into the silo and it's available then for you to sell as and when. So again, if you go into your menus here, you can see which crops you've got in the game. There we go, wheat, 13,000 litres of wheat there. If you click on that, it will tell you the trending prices as well. So in August, very low price, but if you hold on to that till January, that's going to be worth a lot more. And it will also tell you the best places to sell at. So there you go, that is a little bit of combining. Following that, let's grab another tractor. We'll get this, we've got a mower over here, so we'll get that set up. And we're going to mow some grass, because we're going to make a little bit of hay. We're also going to make some silage, get some silage bales wrapped as well. We're in the 7R now, one of my favourite tractors. Again, the detail in the cab, fantastic. You can see the screens working there and so on and so forth. Oh, avoid the tree. I've done well to not have a crash yet. I am renowned for knocking down signs in the new game. So, there we go, there's the mower. Let's pick up the rear mower. Again, we have members of my community who will play ultra realistically in cab the whole time. They will turn all of the display settings off, so you literally don't have anything on your screen. You have manual attached, so you have to get out of the tractor and connect the implements manually. So again, there's some fantastic mods out there which can change the game from quite a casual game like we're playing right now to a very, very complex simulator if you want to play that way, which is great. It does appeal to a very broad range of people. But there we go, we have got our mower attached now.
It's on its way.
Let's head to the grass field.
I was
get this
copied
set
a
up.
link
We've also
to
got a header and we've got a windrower there, which we'll come back and get in a little minute.
So it's
We can roll down here. You can look at the skirts of the mower fluttering in the wind there. There's some real nice attention to detail bits, as well as just being able to drive. Look at the light reflecting off the cab as well. Whole new lighting system in Farming Simulator 25, which, like I said, really brings a lot more realism and ambience to the game. So let's unfold our two mowers. There we go, front and rear. We're going to spin these up. So again, we're going to power up the rear mower there and power up the front mower. You can see in the very top, you might not be able to see that in the top left hand corner there, the front and rear mowers have gone green, and now we should be able to lower these down. 1 and 2, And off we go, mowing again. Let's turn on steering assist to help us out here so we don't miss too much.
Shortly begin the presentation on why farm education is vital.
There we go.
This will be taking place in the career zone in Warnock.
Don't go to that, stay here and watch me. Right, so we'll get this guy. As you can see, it's put the grass down behind us. As Kermit said in his, we do have the magic of the internet, or the magic of gaming as well, to allow us the ability to make hay instantly. Silage you can't make instantly actually, you do have to wait for that to ferment within the wrapped bales as well. So again, you've got the option there to create silage bales, or you can unload into a bunker as well and create it the more traditional way and cover it with sheet wrap and let it ferment in a bunker. We're going to do bales today just for ease, but again, a great example of that flexibility that you have in the game to play the way you want. Trying very hard not to mow the neighbour's field as well. There we go, let's drop that front mower down again. So we'll keep going here. We'll finish this headland, and again I think we'll probably put it on a worker, let them finish mowing this grass, and then we can jump in the tedder. We're going to split this field half and half. We're going to do half hay, we're going to do half silage bales. Hopefully we've got time to get them both done, but there's no right or wrong way to do this. Again, like I said, you've got the option to play the way you want. So some people will use a mower that puts it into windrows straight away. If you're just going to be doing silage, you can do it that way and skip a couple of the I've not even turned my GPS on there. Look at that, wonky lines, shocking. Yes, if you're just doing silage, you don't need to go through in the windrow and ted, of course. And you can, some of these mowers will drop the swath straight away, and you can just go straight to baling. So there we go. First row done. So we're going to go back. Let's put this on a hired worker. We've got 2 headlands here actually. So let's drop that down to 1. Oh, it's only letting us. So there we go. Let's start the up and down rows. And let them go, and we will go and get the class, in fact the case tractor, and we'll come back with the tedder and turn some of this into instant hay. Now you can tab from tractors as well, but let's do that for speed. There we go, so we're in the case now. Again, beautifully designed model, very authentic. If you end up at the case stand later on, go and check out how good this looks compared to that. It is very good. Let's grab the tedder here, first and foremost. Chrome tedder here. There we go. Very easily attached there using the Q button on the keyboard. Like I said, you can have options to manually attach your machinery if you want to. We had a mod in the last version of the game, which we're expecting to see back at some point again, hopefully. So let's just, missed a bit there in the crop, but I'm sure we'll come back and get that at some point. But let's unfold this. One of the nicest animations in the game, actually, I think, the tedder, when it's running. It's really nice. So we'll spin that up, lower that down. Now I could add a worker to this, but yeah, look at that animation, it's not lovely. I could add a worker to this as well. You can hire up to, I think it's 16 workers on PC, but you can see we've got a slight different change of the colour of the grass now. If I jump out, you can see in our little info box there in the right hand corner, it tells us we've got crop type grass and it's harvested. Also tells us that the field's 50% fertilised, so we could add some fertiliser to that. But if we come over to here, it should tell us, oh, it's telling us it's grass still, rather than hay, so we might need to pick it up before it turns it into hay. But let's jump back into here. Let's run to the end anyway. And then we'll jump in the baler. And we'll maybe do a couple of these rows, maybe 2 or 3 of these rows, and get get a few hay bales out, and then we'll swath the rest of the field with the windrower, and we'll take it from there. Let's turn around at the end here. And we're driving off the field here again. We're lucky, we've got a nice lot of space around. This is the Lonka, which is the Eastern European map. Was in FS22 and has come back for FS25. Very nice starter map if you're looking for a map to cut your teeth on. There's nice square fields, there's a nice bit of space between the fields as well, for you to turn around and not get snarled up by trees and rocks and cliffs and things like that. So if you haven't played before, I would strongly recommend checking this out as a first map. Now, the mower is going to do another headland, so these bits that he's missed here, he will come back and do at the end. He did a bad job of setting that up. There we go, let's do another couple of rows here, maybe half and half of the field. Now I'm driving this manually, you see here, I'm not using the GPS worker in this instance. So again, you've got that option to drive yourself if you want. Again, in cab, if you want to use that as an eye point to try and keep your rows straight. It's always a nice challenge to try and keep everything as straight as possible. Not as easy as you think in some cases. So we'll run down to the end here. We'll do maybe one more pass, and then we'll use half the field for silage and half the field for straw. And as you can see, also it's worth showing as well when we go up to the menu here. You can see the state of the field. So if we move to here, you can see what's being harvested, what needs to be harvested. It's also telling us that after this, so there you go, harvested state, so it shows us when it's been harvested. You can also turn these off, and it will tell you what's happening as well elsewhere. At the moment it looks like there's nothing else to do to this. Probably a little bit of fertilisation after this. In fact, there we go, it needs rolling. Let's turn that off. It's half fertilised as well, so it could do with a dose of fertiliser afterwards. So you can get real drill down into the detail on these fields and what you need to do to them to make them, to optimise your yield off them. And as you can see, actually, it does tell you, maybe it doesn't with grass actually, you do get yield bonuses. In fact, if I run over here, it might not show it now, it's been harvested. It doesn't, but let's find another. There's a field of barley here. So there you go, in the bottom right hand corner there in the info box, if you make sure you fertilise, make sure you plough and roll, make sure you remove your weeds, so on and so forth, you can get massive yield bonuses for your fields as well. So it's 100% fertiliser, and you can see you're getting plus 97% of a yield bonus with that crop, because it's been looked after through the year before it's been ready to harvest, which is great. So again, you can really drill down. The other option is you can just plant your crop and forget about it if you want to, but you won't make as much money out of it at the end of the year. So depending on how you want to play, if you just want to drive the tractors and combine stuff and harvest stuff, that's great. But if you really want to get into the minutiae of it, you can get some real detail going. And trying to optimise the game as much as possible. Certainly that's a big fun element of it. So let's get to the end here. You can see our mower is going along the bottom there and capturing those bits that we missed. So we'll have a nice mix of grass and hay now, which is not ideal, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Usually you would let the mower finish the field, or certainly start at one end and go to the other end before you start telling it. But due to time, we've kind of cut a few corners here, but let me just run along here now. Capture those few little bits that he'd just run over there. That will go up here as well. He'll stop at the end there. We'll need to move that tractor as well. But let's just head up here. He's going to finish along the top there. He's got a little bit to go down that side, but then he'll stop. He shouldn't get in our way anymore. We're going to go and grab the windrower next. We'll probably set that on a worker as well, whilst we jump into the baler. There we go. That will do us for now, I think. So again, let's just stop, let's get this folded up, and we'll run back to the farm, drop this off, pick up the windrow, and then we'll head back quickly and set that off. And like I said, I'll probably set that straight onto a worker. And we better not use the case with the John Deere baler, have we? That's frowned upon, I think, isn't it? Red and green together. So we'll put the case on the windrow here. And we'll run this back to the field. Like I said, we'll put this straight onto a worker. We're not going to do this, but hopefully by the time we get back with the baler, they will be ready to go. And again, with the windrower, to get nice rows on the outside, we'll probably set this to start in the middle of the field and then finish up on the headlands, so it's not running over its work it's already done. We'll just let the John Deere go past there, park up at the end, so we're okay with that. Where's he going now? Let's just move him out of the way. Being too officious there. There we go. We'll jump back into here. Hire our worker. He's unfolding the equipment now. So I've just pressed the H button now. This is all being done automatically by the game. We're not driving or anything now. So again, another way you can play is play Farm Manager. You don't have to do any of the work yourself if you don't want to. You can set up your hired workers and they'll just crack on, do the work for you, and you can reap the rewards. So that's starting to run now. Let's jump into the tractor over here. Let's unhitch the trailer there. Let's grab the bale. Let's run a few hay bales. Let's take some straw off this field first. We'll give the windrow a bit of a chance to catch up. So again, let's reverse up, grab this. We've got bale wrap and net in here. So it's a multi-purpose baler. We've got the bale wrapper. Interestingly, I can't work out if this is on or off now. It's on, I think, so Control and Alt. There we go. We don't want to wrap our straw bales, that wouldn't be very good. Anybody who watches my channel will know that I did that the other day. So we'll run to the end here. You can see how it fills up there. We're at 56% already. It's quite a good swath on this field, so it's filling up quite quickly, 64% already. A little bit of a gap there where we turned it on originally. Of course, we've left the combine in the field in our way there, but we're at 90. Well, there we go, 100%. So it will grab the bale, release it, and we can either, in fact, we'll hold on to the bale here. We'll drive around, let's skip a road so we can make the turn a little bit easier. Back down here. Now when we've got it into a nice position on the row, we can unload that bale that's at the back. We've got a turner on the back of this baler as well, which is there as an option. So there we go. Drops the bale off. You can auto unload as well if you want to. So if I press the Y button here, I did that manually there, but in future we can do that. We can let the baler do that itself. So we'll just demonstrate that as well. We'll roll along here. Once we get full, already full again, the bale's going to come out and be unloaded automatically and dropped off the back of the baler automatically as well. There we go. Using that turner at the end to flip the bale onto its end, so it's easier to pick up. How's our windrower doing over there? We'll keep going. 5. Okay. So let's just jump. I've got 5 minutes left. So what we're going to do, I'm going to leave the baler here, because we already have some wrap bales over here, and I would quite like to quickly pull together some feed for the cows. We've got a shed full of cows here. We've got a mixing trailer here. And as you can see at the bottom, if I reverse up to this, you can see in the top left corner there, you've actually got a mixing ratio, so it tells you how much you can put into the trailer to get the appropriate mix for the cows. So a mixture of silage, hay and straw there. So if we jump into the wheel loader here, we've got full control over that, as you can see. So let's pick up, first and foremost, I think the biggest, most important constituent part would be our silage. So let's grab that. Load this into our trailer here. Look, there's the sign. Told you I'd get rid of a sign at some point. It's kind of like my signature move, that. So, one bale in, and as you can see, that's gone green there. Now, capacity-wise, I'm going to take a bit of a guess here because I don't know how much capacity this has got. Can I get away with 2 silage bales? I think I can. And then we might need to be clever with how we load up our hay and straw. Our bulking agents. Grab this. I'm not just using a keyboard for this, so this is fun. So let's put a second silage bale in. There we go. Let's grab a hay bale as well. I usually play with a steering wheel and a joystick. As you can see from some of the stuff over there, definitely worth going and have a play with that because it adds to the immersion levels. But you can play with keyboard and mouse, you can play with gamepad controller as well. Am I going to keep the whole of this? What do you think? Just going to make it. Let's not hit the power lines. Oh, it's on the edge of holding on here. Let's just scratch that. So again, there we go. It shows our mixture recalculating or recalibrating there. Looks like we're good. Let's throw a hay bale in, and we're going to put some mineral feed in as well. I'm not going to bother doing that this time, just in the interest of speed. Let's grab this. Let's close those jaws on the... Should have used the bale spike, shouldn't I? Right, let's drop this in. There we go. Now, hopefully, our mixture should balance out okay. Oh, what's happening with the straw? Oh, we're over on the straw. Ever so slightly. But we'll turn the blind eye to that. You can see it mixing in the trailer there. And then we'll roll round. We'll drive in nose first, I think. This isn't a straight through shed. You can see they've got some food on the floor already. We can roll in here. Jump in the cow pea. You can see all the cows waiting as they do. Always hungry cows, aren't they? And we can unload. So you can see it filling up the sides there, keeping the cows happy. Now I did say I'd demonstrate as that's unloading when you have got animals and animal pens. You can see how they're behaving here. You can see their age, their health, their productivity, how much milk they've produced, whether they need some straw, how much slurry they're producing as well, because obviously you can tank that onto your field as well if you want to in the future. How much food they've got and which of the foods they've got as well, and some perform better than the others. So obviously if you just fed your cows grass, it's not as effective as if you do a full TMR mix for them. So there you go. So that's about it from me. Just wanted to show you some of the base elements here and a few things to help you get started and just give you an idea for the game. There's lots more to it than that, and obviously you're going to hear from DJ Goham and Farmer Cop through the day as well, who are going to be doing some demonstrations. But if you've never played the game before and you like the look of it, definitely give it a go. It's one of the most relaxing, enjoyable, fun games that I've ever played. And obviously, if you want tips and tricks and how to play the game as well, there's some brilliant YouTubers out there who are doing some fantastic content on the game as well. So well worth checking some of them out. Give them a like, give them a subscribe, and follow along. And thank you very much for watching.